So as I've been telling you, we're going to have a storm come through here. Well, it was last night actually, and it was pretty interesting. I was worried about the softball size hail and the tornadoes and all that, but as you can see, I'm standing where the truck used to sit. Now it's sitting over here. It got tossed over there. No, what I do that. People have asked me this before. What do I do with the truck? I put it underneath these trees here to kind of block any hail, you know, try to protect it. Carolyn and I were talking yesterday that maybe we go ahead and build a little shed, kind of like a carport thing here on the driveway, just to protect the equipment we have, the truck and maybe the lawnmower or something. I don't know. I kind of like the minimalistic lifestyle, but at times you just think, well, maybe I should. But I will tell you, we got a massive amount of rain. And I'm going to say this because I've never seen it like this before. This is the worst rain that we've gotten. Apparently we got like 2 inches of rain within a half hour. It was incredible. And I'm not going to show you across the street, but across the street, the ditch flooded so bad that it came over to our ditch. I wish I could show you, but there's leaves all over the road that had been blown out of that ditch over there. Of course, they didn't clean their culvert. You can see I try to keep my culvert clean so the water runs down, but as you can see, it came out of the ditch and started running down the hill. I've told you this before, it does it all the time. The difference is it started taking the driveway with it this time. This is going to become more significant the further down the hill I get. I'm going to show you everything we've done here. So it started to carve. I might just go ahead and somehow make this an actual ditch. That way I don't have to keep dealing with this, and just cut a ditch out here and over here, because this runs into the ditch that I did cut. You can see the gravel is starting to wash away. It piled leaves up against our wood stack here. And then this is the ditch that I actually did carve out. And it washed this out significantly. This is much deeper today than it was yesterday. For example, I never knew this brick was here, but here it is exposed. And of course, then we come down to the well. Now, the reason I've got this ditch here, I've said in previous videos, is to keep the water from rushing down into the well. And I've had a lot of success since I've done that, but not this time. It seems like every time I get my problem solved, Mother Nature throws out a more significant, severe storm that just overwhelms it. So the well is dirty. I'm very disappointed, very disappointed. Now, before somebody criticizes me, and the code inspector, I've told you about this before, code inspectors contact me all the time telling me that they're gonna, well, they've called my local code inspector. This retired code inspector will contact me all the time telling me that he's gonna turn me in. Well, he contacted my code inspector, and he is upset for the same exact reason. What happened last night is the well gets dirty, and so then he says that I am contaminating all the groundwater, the well water, throughout the area. Well, like I said, this was dug back in the 60s, and for decades it had been dirty. Nobody touched this well since the 70s. So I tried to keep it clean. So what I will have to do now is wait 3 days. That way all that dirty water can drain back down in there. And if the water doesn't, or the dirt doesn't settle to the bottom, sometimes it does, but when it's this bad, it usually doesn't. I don't think I've ever seen it settle. What I have to do is I have to flush the well out. Now, if you watch YouTube channels about wells, this is a regular practice. This is what people tell you to do, is if your well gets dirty, flush it out. And then, of course, if you can't get it flushed out and whatever, then they'll say call your well guy. But normally, this is the problem. Huge rains come, some event happens, flooding. There's flooding all over the area right now. There's bridges shut down. Got on the map to see if I could make it to Dollar General. I wanted to get to Dollar General. I can't get to Dollar General. Road's shut down. So I don't know what they're going to do. Today we're supposed to be voting. Can't get to the voting place. So what are you going to do? You just deal with the situation. This well is 1,000 times better than it was when I first got it, first started using it. And I fixed it up, so it's dirty. So I'm just going to wait 3 days, and then I'll flush it out 3 times. Usually that takes care of the problem. So what you do is you flush it out, wait a half hour, we'll wait for it to fill back out, and then flush it out again. All you got to do is just open it up all the way. With these huge pumps, the recovery rate on the well is about 5 gallons per minute. But my well pump is 13 gallons per minute, so it sucks the water out really quick. Although disappointed, we did pretty good. I mean, I wish this would have made it, but there's just, I guess, some events you just can't overcome. And I would imagine last night was just one of those things. That's kind of the nice thing about the IBC tank. People tell me that I should run this well direct, you know, directly into the house. But if something happened to the well, then I don't have water. Like now, I don't have water coming out of the well. I gotta wait 3 days. So the IBC tank holds 275 gallons. That's gonna last us weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So I would rather have that water in the tank as a backup source or primary source, or what do you want to call it. So in case something like this happens, it's no problem to me. You know, I got all these preppers in the comment section telling me how I should do things, and they always get it wrong. So I'm going to continue on down and show you what happened. So as you can see, the water, you can see it laid over all this grass, and it was just like a riverbed. And then, I mean, we're really getting down to it. There's the gravel from the driveway and the leaves that have washed down. And it gets significantly worse as we go down. So you can see here, we got more leaves that wash down. So I mean, it's getting serious now. And then all this gravel here is from the driveway. I mean, look at this. This is not supposed to be here. That is deep. Look at the concrete block. That should give you an idea. Half of the concrete block is filled up with gravel. So it really pushed a lot of stuff. This we had on that path that I just walked down, kind of soak up the mud and stuff. So that was all washed down. It was just a river, an absolute river that came through here. See, here, we put all this bark down here, so this doesn't happen. And we can walk on that, but it all got washed away. So the thing is just south of us, I mean, just south of us, maybe 20 miles south of us, there was a big storm, tornadoes. I mean, we were on a tornado warning, but it was because we're in the northern part of our county, and the southern part got hit. And the hail came, and so that was my biggest concern, was the hail. So as I have told you many times, I've never showed you, but I've told you, I turn our solar panels over and cover them up. So you can see here we got the brick that we use to stand them. And then I put a board over it, and then we have the solar panels. And here I have 3 solar panels laying down. This is going to be hard to do with one hand. And then all I got to do is unfurl them, basically, just kind of unfold them. I tried to keep it organized so I don't stretch the wires. It's all very muddy right now. And then I can unfurl this one, and then I can stand it up onto the concrete block. Like I said, very muddy and awkward with one hand. Then I have one set here, one set there, and another set there, and then finally a set up there. I've said this many times in previous videos. A lot of people criticize me because I have my solar panels on the ground. They think it looks trashy, but not everything has to be about looks. I just don't know how to explain it. I mean, I understand the concept that you want to have a nice looking yard. And that's why we have this down here. We have a beautiful, I mean, this is just absolutely incredible. Look at it, spring is coming. It's all greening up. And we don't touch this. We completely leave it alone. I make a little path through here so we can walk through our little forest. And it's not a huge forest, it's only 1.5 acres of property. But look at all this. Back here is ours. This creek, maybe this will give you an idea. This is usually a dry creek of what kind of water we had. So it came up pretty high, you can see. And then I can cross over the creek. That's our property over there. So we have what I kind of call like our working property. And then I have our scenic property. I don't know how you could beat this. So yeah, the solar panels, yeah, they look trashy, and I won't use some of the terms that I'm told it looks like. So, but the thing is when the hailstorm comes with softball size hail and just barely misses us, I can quickly flip them over. Carolyn and I came down probably within 5 minutes, had all that covered up. I mean, we got a process in place where we just kind of furl it down and then we can unfurl it. This morning I got up, started the generator. That way we could have electricity for the day to charge the batteries. The other reasons I do it is throughout this year, I have sun in different locations. Because of the trees, I don't always get sun in one spot, so I can move them around. If they're on a stand, I just have to deal with the shade. I wouldn't get any electric. And then finally, they stay cooler underground. I don't know how to argue that point anymore. People argue with me all the time. That doesn't make sense if it's up in the ground, off the ground. The air is cooling it, but the ground just cools it better. I've tested it. I know it works. So another thing we do is we leave this metal. You can see the bare spot here. We leave that metal there to kind of keep the grass from growing. That way the grass isn't growing up over the solar panels. And when I want to cut it, all I got to do is move the metal and I cut the grass without a lot of interruption. This is all the cables that run to the house and the well. If I guessed, I don't know if it matters. Yeah, that's the well, that's the house, and that runs into our shed where the inverter is. So the metal also covers up the cables, and that way I don't cut them up. And now somebody's going to ask, that's not safe. Well, it's outdoor wiring, but the reason they stay outside like this is because I can simply unplug the house and plug it into a generator. Not this one, this one's too small, but I could run the house off the generator just by plugging it in, or the well. So I try to keep everything easy. I don't have to do anything, you know, moving everything around, rewiring the whole house. Try to keep it convenient. And when storms come, if there's any warning at all, I can come down here and get everything flipped over and saved, so I don't have to spend, you know, another couple $1,000s replacing it all. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I was talking about the chicks that we just got. So if I can inspire you to plan ahead and prepare for disappointment when you're living your dreams. Thanks for watching.